Welcome back from the break. This is ECAV and you're tuned into KTN Home. My name is Laura Mbatha and I'm here with Gilda.
Hi Laura, we're having so much fun.
We are having a great time. And you want an even better time? I'll tell you about Kyalo culture. First of all, this is a group of 3 women who've been talked about on the internet over and over again.
Yeah.
So you know what Showmax did? They're like, let's give them a reality show. So now they have a whole reality show where they tell you why they're the most talked about family on the internet, or at least in Kenya. Our own personal Kardashians, if I may. But 10 times better because they're relatable, they're accessible, and you can actually just understand some of the language they use. So if you're trying to catch up on Kyalo culture, which is the topic of the town, everyone's talking about it on the internet.
Yeah.
So get on it, get yourself a Showmax subscription. That is on www.showmax.com. Subscribe, pay for a subscription, and join in on the fun because the conversations are unending on Twitter. It's always Kyalo culture, or if you watch Nairobi Housewives, then you know what you're missing.
It's honestly, I like how real they're being, right?
Yes.
Betty's talking about things that we've been speculating about for a long time. So tune in and let's see what she has to say.
Listen, don't miss out. Showmax is giving you an opportunity to get an inside look on this family. You don't want to miss this. Trust me, I watched it and so should you. And we can always talk in my inbox. Come, you know what we'll say. But something that we will be talking about loudly and proudly. Boys to Men concerts. They had hyped it for months. The 30,000 tickets, we are separating the men from the boys. Turns out the event was organized by only boys. Little boys who are having a normal funky. That's what was happening at the Boys to Men concert.
Can you imagine showing up and being that disappointed? Because I didn't go, but I wanted to. So I can't imagine putting in my 8K. I don't care if it sounds a little to you. Yeah. 8,000 bob is not a normal price for a ticket. So to show up and to get like disappointed like that.
Dismal.
I would have been on that stage, yeah.
So the Boys to Men concert happened over the past weekend at the Uhuru Gardens.
Yeah.
That's where it happened. And you guys need to take a look and let's talk about it. We belong together. So there you have it. That was the Boys to Men concert. You missed nothing, according to the internet. First of all, I'll say this. The actual performances, just the setup, how I saw it, I thought it was absolutely
beautiful.
Fantastic. And listen, anywhere Sauti Sol is a fantastic event. The problem came in with, I think, the setup where people said they were getting rained on, the tents were only focused on the VIP sections, and the screens were not working, that it got to a point people were chanting, fix the screen.
Yeah.
Surely, you know what you shout, where the money comes from. They are giving us Grammys, we are here complaining about fix the screen. Don't bring out the big artists and you're not prepared to act like men. So after the boys and men were separated, so the boys in the regular, who paid 8,000, because apparently that should be accessible for everyone, they did not enjoy themselves.
They didn't. And what was so crazy to me is if you saw I don't know if you saw some TikTok videos of people taking, like there was absolutely no sound. There's no way I'm coming to listen to Boys to Men and I can't hear you're singing on bended knee and I want to sing along and I can't hear what you're saying. Like, which part of the verse are we on, you know?
That's true.
That would have hurt my feelings, I wouldn't lie. Yeah.
And I think because the audience, the target audience was obviously a bit more mature crowd. This is my take. You know, when you're younger, you can take a lot of substandard planning and all this, because the audience is a bit more mature. Maybe they expected a little bit better when in terms of organization, because I had someone complaining about seats. So
Yeah.
I think, listen, if your knees are doing that thing, it's about time you just switch on your TV and just let it stay
YouTube.
on KTN Home. Yeah, and just relax. But then just the next day they had their concert in Uganda, or like, you know, just immediately
saw.
this was done. And Uganda was a different experience.
On point. When you were watching, like how they arranged the stage was so different. I don't know what happened. I don't know which organizers they have in Uganda, but clearly they're doing something right.
Yeah.
Completely different to what we did.
Yeah.
And nobody complained. I haven't heard complaints from Uganda.
Me either. And also the security was a bit heightened in the Uganda concert, because no one complained about that. But right here in Nairobi, even the Twitter sleuths, that's how you call them, the sleuths.
Yes.
They found one of the people who was allegedly a thief at the event, and they even found his mother, poor
Doxed
lady.
him.
Yeah, imagine the poor lady was just in the market doing her thing, and her son is getting cancelled, and her along with him. Listen, theft is not the answer. But when it comes to organized, you know, reparations, there's a body that is coming to help Kenyans who felt they were cheated.
Yeah.
And that is the Consumer Federation of Kenya, Kenya's independent, self-funded, multi-sectoral, non-political and apex non-profit federation committed to consumer protection, education, and research. So it happened that they posted a tweet and they're like, if you attended this party and you feel like you're entitled to compensation, send us a picture of whatever and your complaint. And a lot of people did so. And that kind of forced the organizers to come out and apologize for the event. Because these people did get a lot of money to organize this event. You'd think it would be the concert of the year.
It should have been.
Right? And people felt cheated. People felt their security was at stake. People did not feel like they were respected in terms of, it's a rainy season. You should at least put that into consideration.
Yeah.
So they made their complaints, and I'm yet to see if this is one body that works in Kenya.
The thing is, I've never heard of them until now. And this is not the first concert that people have complained about, right? So I'm very curious, what is the motive? But it's a good thing. I think people are entitled to compensation. We've been entitled to compensation, right? So if something is going to come out of this, then I think organizers are going to be more mindful. So if that's the plan.
But do you feel people are entitled to any, I mean, besides the security thing, when you sign up for something, like I say with everything, it could be a hit or it could be a miss. When it comes to entertainment, even with your favorite artists, they do songs that you don't particularly like. This is an event that is basically catering to people's emotions. How do you feel about the event?
Yeah.
So do you necessarily feel people are entitled to
I think
compensation?
if it's been a miss and a miss and a miss, I think you're entitled. Like, tell me one concert where you're like, this was beautifully organized, everything was on point.
Rick Ross.
Oh yeah, Rick, but it was, okay, it rained, but that's not his fault, right? But, okay, apart from Rick Ross, very few. We always hear complaints. So maybe these guys decided, like, it's about time we held people responsible.
I get that, and I agree, because people try to shortchange you, so you should get your compensation. Listen, if you are at the event and you feel you need to be compensated, reach out to this institution and they might help you out. But how we will help you out is by giving you something to look forward to when it comes to movies. And our movie for the day, for the night, is The Flash. If you are a big fan of superhero movies, then I'm sure you will be excited for this, or you already are and you're planning to go. Make sure you head on over to the theaters and catch it. Whether it is raining, shining, buy your popcorns, have a great time. I'm not a big fan of theaters, but
really,
but when it comes to superhero movies, DC or Marvel, I make the compromise.
I feel like those are the kind of movies you have to see in the theater, right? To get that whole experience. So take your child, take your family. This is one of those movies. Yeah.
The Flash.
The Flash.
Interesting. If you are a big fan of those types of movies, you should be heading on over there. The experience will be fantastic for you. But if you are a homebody like me, have your laptop, your TV, your nice phone, definitely grab your Showmax subscription. If you don't have it yet, www.showmax.com, because they have Kello Culture Season 2. It was nice they did it twice.
Yes.
They have the debut of Nairobi Real Housewives of Nairobi, which was a different, they just took us to a different level.
If you watch the reunion, guys, we need to talk about it. Like, okay.
It was fantastic.
It was
the
mind blowing.
drama.
There was a lot. We need a season 2 for sure.
Do. We definitely do. The characters, you know, they played the part of
Yeah.
the divas, what you expect in a person who's making that much money. They actually did it.
They did.
So if you have some time and you just want to chill after work, or even in a month, you can always watch it on your phone. But something else that you guys should look forward to is the Nairobi International Cultural Festival. It's in Nairobi. We are mixing pot of all types of culture. I was just thinking about it the other day, and people come from different places of the country, and they are in Nairobi to make a better life. There's a song, a Chakacha song I was listening to, and they're like, Nairobi ni mji wa janja.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely true.
It's
so
true.
head on over to the Nairobi International Cultural Festival and have a great time. We plug you in on events so that your weekends are never boring. But right now, we're taking a short break.